Hello all, welcome back to my channel. This is Sushil, your host. So I hope you are clear with all the previous modules what we have done. That's module number 1 and module number 2. So in module number 1 we had studied about what do you mean by electric charge, and in module number 2 we were dealing with insulators and conductors. So now we are back with module 3. So I'm very happy to share this that I've got a very good response from most of the students, and thank you so much to all of them for giving your valuable feedbacks and suggestions based on what I'm trying to alter the things and make things much more better for you guys. So thank you so much for all the valuable feedbacks, and once again, happy learning. Stay safe, please take care, and always enjoy learning. So let's begin with this module 3, where we are going to deal with something called as gold leaf electroscope and a term called as earthing. So let's see what we are going to learn in this module. So we have something called as a gold leaf electroscope, as you can see in the heading there. So gold leaf electroscope and grounding is the concept what we are going to learn today. So let's understand what's a gold leaf electroscope. Okay. So to begin with, please understand it's a simple apparatus to detect the charge on a body. I repeat once again, what's a gold leaf electroscope? It's a simple apparatus. Okay, it's a simple apparatus to detect charge on a body. It basically consists of a vertical metal rod. Okay, you can see that it basically consists of a vertical metal rod. Yeah, how it basically consists of a vertical metal rod housed in a box with two thin gold leaves attached to its bottom end. So you can see this apparatus now. It is basically consisting of a vertical metal rod which is placed inside a glass window, or you can say which is placed inside a box, yeah, with two thin gold leaves which is attached to its bottom. Now what happens with this apparatus is, when a charged object touches the metal knob, as you can see that we have something called as a metal knob over there, yeah. So when a charged object touches the metal knob at the top of the rod, the charges flow onto the leaves and they diverge, yeah. So the charges basically flow onto the leaves and they diverge. Now the degree of divergence is an indicator of amount of charge. I repeat, the degree of divergence is an indicator of amount of charge. Now let's understand this, what is happening. So as you can see in the slide now, it's a simple apparatus to detect the charge on a body. You have a metal knob, metal rod, insulated stopper, you have gold leaf and a glass window. Now let's see how does this work. And they have told here that the principle is nothing but like charges repel. We have already studied that like charges repel and unlike charges attract. So now let's understand what is happening here. Now you can see that when I bring a charged body closer to the metal knob, you can see how the charges are flowing this metal knob. Yeah. And now you can see that the gold leaves have diverged. Yeah, you can see that the gold leaves have diverged. Now let's take one more example. Now I bring again a charge over here. Now it's a positive charge. Now again you can see how the charges flow through those metal knob, through the metal rod and reaches the gold leaf and it diverges. You can see that the amount of divergence depends upon the amount of charge given to the electroscope. So more is the charge, more is the divergence. Less is the amount of charge, less is the divergence. I hope you're clear with the concept. Yeah. So the divergence depends upon the amount of charge given to the electroscope. And in simple terms, please understand, electroscope is an apparatus to detect the charge on the body. I hope we are clear with this concept. Yeah. So let's take one more example now. You can see that I'll be giving now, what kind of charge am I giving here? What kind of charge am I giving here? What kind of charge I'm giving here? Can you think little? What kind of charge I'm giving here? Basically, I'm trying to neutralize the charge. Can I say that? Can I say that? I'm basically trying to neutralize the charge. So what happens over here is, the moment the charges are removed from the body, again, what will happen to the gold leaf? The gold leaf will converge. So again, can I say that the amount of convergence depends on the amount of charge given to the electroscope? Yeah, the amount of convergence depends on the amount of charge given to the electroscope. So even though there is a small amount of charge remaining in the electroscope, there will be a kind of divergence. Please understand. So that's what we said, like charges repel and unlike charges attract. Yeah. So that is what the concept which is happening over here. That's what is taking place over here. Now let's move ahead to this term called as grounding or earthing. Now what is grounding or earthing? Please understand. It is the process of sharing the charges with the earth, and that is called as grounding or earthing. So basically we share the charges with the earth, and that process is basically called as grounding or earthing. Now why we use this thing is because earthing provides a safety measures for electrical circuits and appliances. Now, if you observe your house, the connections, the circuits, you'll see that the wires are being connected to the surface of the earth. There's be a ground wire, yeah. So the electric wiring in our house basically has got three wires. If you have observed it, one is the live wire, one is the neutral wire, and the other one is the earth wire. The first two wires carry electric current from the power station, and basically the third wire is earth by connecting it to the buried metal plate. So if you learn much more about this, you can understand that what is the real process happening. Yeah. So now why are we burying the third wire to the surface of the earth is because whenever there is any fault, please understand, the charge will flow to the earth without damaging the appliances and without causing any injury to the human being. So whatever is the excess charge coming, it will directly pass on to the surface of the earth. So that's the advantage of grounding or earthing. So as you can see now, the process of sharing the charges with the earth is called as grounding or earthing. So basically this is a symbol for grounding or earthing. Yeah. And you can see that now what is happening in this example. You can see how those excess charge will flow to the surface of the earth. Yeah. Can you see this? Same way how this charges will flow through the surface of the earth. Yeah. So this is the basically the example of grounding or earthing. So basically the process of charge sharing the charges with the earth is called as grounding or earthing. Yeah. You can see that. You can see that now. Basically, what happens is when you touch this circuit. Now, when you touch the circuit, sometimes you must have seen that you get a shock. Yeah, you try to put your wet hands into the socket. Yeah, you try to put your wet hand into the socket. You experience a shock. Now, why are you experiencing the shock? Have you ever thought? What happens over here is, please understand, the charges flow through your body, and since you're in contact with the floor, with the earth, the charges will conduct. And we have studied that the flow of charge gives rise to current. Yes or no? Yeah. So I hope you're clear with what is the concept of earthing and grounding and why are they important. I hope you're clear with it. Okay, so I hope you're clear with that concept, why earthing or grounding is important. So you can see now in this example, the body basically acts like a conductor. So you can see that how the charges are flowing through the body to the surface of the earth. The moment the charges flow from the body to the surface of the earth, you are acting like a conductor. So you are behaving like a conductor, and we have studied in our previous module that conductors are the materials that allow the charges to flow. I hope you're clear with this concept of grounding and electroscope. So in simple words, if I have to conclude the entire summary now, what is gold leaf electroscope? It's an apparatus that detects the charge on the body. That's it, done. What's grounding? It's a process of sharing of charges to the earth. That's it. Yeah. To talk about this concept in the exam point of view, till today they have not asked any concept related to this in the board exams. So do not worry about it. Just for to gain that knowledge, to understand these two terms, we are learning this. So I hope you guys are clear. I hope you guys are clear with all these concepts. If you have any doubts, you can comment on the comment box. Please do like the video, share it. Yeah. Thank you so much and happy learning. Please stay safe. Take care. Thank you so much.